What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shuggy from Shook Earth Media, and today we're looking at Season 2, Episode 5 of World Beyond. And I must be a glutton for punishment, because I just watched 2 episodes of Walking Dead spinoffs in a row, and wasn't really all that fond of either one. I will say the most interesting part of this episode is there's a post-credit scene this episode, so don't turn it off like how I normally do after the preview for next week, because we got brief scene here, and apparently the Colonel is now gone. She's left unceremoniously, and now Anne, aka Jadis, is in her place. So now she's apparently a big kahuna in the CRM, and she's going to be in charge the rest of the season. It feels very abrupt. I don't know why they just got rid of the old character who was interesting and put in this new. I mean, she feels like a new character at this point. It's not the Jadis we knew. I have trouble envisioning how she rose the ranks so quickly after being leader of these weird trash people to becoming a colonel or something. I don't know. This episode felt like it finally was getting some momentum in the season. The season just felt like stalling. Like every episode, it's like, oh, something's going to happen next week. And this episode's no different. It felt like this episode was building up to something, and then it just turns out nothing. So we spend this whole episode, like, after last week, we're not gonna go, we refuse to go to the thing. And then they end up going there anyway in this episode, and then we're talking about their escape plan, and we're building up towards that, and then it just doesn't happen. It's very frustrating. I will say I did like, there's this opening shot here. Cool looking zombie. And then we get a nice, like, opening shot here that's actually pretty good, where we see all the characters kill a zombie. And this is probably the best part of the episode. They get this cool, I probably gotta pause it for, copyright and all that, but it's a cool shot. We get to see all of the action in one continuous take. It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna pretend that I didn't like this. I mean, we got cool looking zombies, some decent action, and yeah, I mean, it just feels like weird that we had all last season, like, these kids can't kill zombies, and now they're just like, now they're killing zombies like any other character in the show, and it was just, it just felt like all those storylines were pointless, but whatever, this is where we are now, so I did appreciate that opening shot, not gonna lie. Okay, and then we get this gorge, which a bunch of walkers fell into, and I like this shot too. This is a shot that I liked, part that I liked a lot, and it's kind of funny, and I found it amusing, and it's creative use of zombies, so I like this part, so that's cool. And then moving on, and then they magically go up to the calling facility, and of course, because it's The Walking Dead in 2021, and we're full of contrivances at all times, as soon as they appear there, guess who's coming out the fucking gate? Exactly the guy they needed. Like, they got people there and they're like, Silas, come here. First of all, they've been calling him whatever his last name is this whole time, so they haven't been calling him Silas. And 2, it's so convenient, dude. And this shit is just like, it's driving me nuts. I can't deal with the contrivances anymore. Once in coincidences do happen in real life, so when it happens on TV shows occasionally, it's fine. I enjoy a lot of Coen Brothers films, and their films are kind of designed around one coincidence that happens, and the whole rest of the plot is derived from that coincidence, and it works very well, and I love that. But having every episode have multiple coincidences in it, dude, we need to think of something better, man. So instead of having them struggle to find Silas or have some kind of conflict here, instead of that, they have us run into Silas right away. And then they have these discussions about what their plan is and all that. I mean, they have the reunion scene, and oh my god, it's so emotional. And then we had these fucking scene where they're just talking about doing the plan, and then he's like, no, I don't want to do it, I don't like the plan. And then he walks away, and then he's like, and then Iris goes over to him, and then he's like, okay, we'll do the plan. That's not conflict. It's not conflict to have him be like no and then walk away and then to be like, okay, that's not conflict, man. I don't know. What's the point? And again, they're having this. They spent all of last episode was pointless because they spent the whole time saying they're not going to go, and now they all of a sudden they really want to go, and now they have this escape plan. It's all designed around, oh, we're going to meet at a certain place at 2:00, and it's like, dude, how do you know that you're going to be able to be there at 2:00? You don't know. You don't know how to get there. You don't know what the security is getting there. You don't know how long they're going to keep you in processing for. You don't know if they're even going to let you live. You don't know anything, and they have this. It's a rock solid plan, dude. And they don't know that that Silas is gonna be able to get the truck. They don't know that he's gonna be able to get through the security to get there. Any of that, and they don't seem to care that they're putting him in danger as well. Like again, our main characters are acting like villains because they don't care about anything except their own plan, and they don't care who gets hurt in the way. They don't care about anything. It's driving me nuts, dude. But anyways, then we cut to Huck, and she's talking to. I guess apparently they're married. I didn't know that. Is talking to her husband, and I hit snooze. I'm snoozing. I'm sleeping. Instead of episode 1, I'm laughing. I'm laughing. This episode, I'm snoozing. I'm snoozing. I'm sleeping. I'm asleep. The most interesting part about this was pausing the screen and reading this newspaper. Because they actually wrote it out. It's not a bunch of like random text. There's actually stuff in there. But it's information we already knew, but it was kind of cool to read that. So yeah, it's a pointless scene, blah, 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 blah. And now Huck is apparently a good guy, even though she murdered people last season, but whatever. And then we get this is the scene where he walks off. Okay, I'm in now. And dude, we're 13 minutes in this episode and nothing's happened. It would have been better if they spent this 13 minutes, like, them scoping the place out, almost getting caught, having to find a way to get Silas out of the building, etc., etc. Maybe they need a distraction to get the other people away, and they get Silas on his own, blah, 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 and all that. But instead we get this. And then he's handed a drawing by Iris, whatever. And then what's-her-face? Hope has a dream scene where the father is there, and the show's like, oh, we don't have enough conflict in this scene, it's kind of boring, so we're just going to throw a dream scene in there to fake some tension. And again, I'm snoozing. I'm sleeping. And then we get a scene where Hope comes into the scientist lab and is trying to talk to her father about how she knows where Felix and them are and all that. And they're acting this episode. I feel like this facility, there should be bugs everywhere, but no, like microphones, I mean. And nobody's like even thinking that that's a possibility. They might be overheard. They might be on a camera. That somebody might be listening. Like, they should really be trying to be sneaky about their discussions, but they're just in the open discussing people and like all the things that they shouldn't be doing and blah, blah, blah. And it's very silly. And then she walks into this room and, whoa, she's a genius! So she comes up with the yeast thing, and now they have the solution, the magical solution to kill all the zombies. Which we know isn't going to happen because that's the end of the franchise. If that happens, there's no more zombies, that's the end of the franchise, bro. So it's not going to happen. And yeah, what's the point of the scene? I don't know. Anyways, the science stuff was interesting to me, but it's just an afterthought. It should be like the main focus of the series, that's the most interesting part anyways. But whatever. And then we're back here, and then they're like, oh, well, what if we act like we kidnapped you? Like, bro, we could have just in the first episode had them get kidnapped by this group and then taken to the CRM. We'd be at the same exact point. All these tangents, they lead to nothing. There's no substance below the surface here. It's all surface level. There's no real tension or conflict or anything interesting. It's all stalling. Again. And her daughter's here, and she's talking in the scene like she's like coming up with ideas. What if we just kidnap you? What if we just skip you guys to the CRM? Whoa! I don't even know why she's a part of this conversation, to be honest. Why not the other guy who was helping leading the community? And then we get this goodbye scene, and I like the shot, how they it's one continuous take, and they go around the horse-drawn carriage, which is cool as well. I like the horse-drawn carriage; gives you a Western feel. I like that. And the camera shot is good. I like the way they stage everything. The directing is actually good. But I don't care about the relationships they got going on. I just don't care. So it doesn't really work for me. And again, there's no real conflict there. Other than Percy's like, "Can I come?" And she's like, "No." And then he's like, "I'm gonna come anyway." And then he does it. So stupid, man. Again, it's just like, what was the point of having him not go? Just so he and Elton could have a discussion about, "Oh, so you and Iris, huh? That's crazy." Wow, amazing dialogue. I like these actors too, so it's just a shame, And then we get this scene, and then the CRM shows up, of course, right on cue, and it's very convenient. Of course, again, another convenience. And that's just how we write things on The Walking Dead nowadays. Everything is convenient. And then Huck is looking through her office, and she finds the evidence that we needed all along. And I don't know why we didn't have this scene earlier, or have her come across some kind of evidence before. Because, again, the kids are acting like they know for a fact that they wiped out Omaha, and it's just they have no reason. Even in that scene with Silas is like, "Are you sure?" And then they're like, "Yeah, I know. We don't have evidence, but I know." That's literally like one of the lines. I'm losing it! Okay, and then she finds the evidence magically, and then she gets caught by somebody, and then they don't find, like, does she takes the evidence, but they question why she was in the office, but they don't search her. Shouldn't they find that? And then they should find it, and then she's under arrest or whatever. I don't know, it's stupid. The show's dumb, but we know that already. And then we're in this facility, and again, this is like, have no way of knowing how long they'd be in processing for, and yet they have this plan like, "Oh, 2 p.m. tomorrow, bruh. We're getting out, dude. We're breaking out of here, man." And it's just like, dude, they could have easily just been in here for another 24 hours, and the plan would have been bunk. They would have put Silas in danger for no reason, and they don't seem to care. So, what are you gonna do? Also, I'm not really sure why he has to be here, story-wise, what it does to have him here. And, why didn't we just go with Hope last episode? And we would end up at the same place. Why didn't we end up with the CRM to begin with? Like, the first 5 episodes are so pointless, because all the characters end up in this facility anyway. There was no point to having them not go with Hope. Like, what was the point to any of this? I don't know. And then she's like, "Oh, show me your ankle." And it's fresh bandages. And, "Oh, I caught you in a lie." But then Huck covers for him. Huck doesn't even mention that it's not actually Elton, that it's the guy Percy, which she probably would mention. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't really understand what her motivations are. Again, this is a scene where, like, this whole time I'm thinking she's going to confront her mother about something. She never does. It's just boring. Nothing happens. And then they're talking about breaking out, but nothing happens. Again, well, no, this is them actually. Another reunion scene. When we just had one last episode. Do we really need a bunch of reunion scenes? No. That's a rhetorical question. I'll answer it for you guys. No, we don't need it. And then Silas shows up to this guy and is like, "Hey, can I take the truck?" He actually has a clever plan, an excuse for getting the truck. But if they wanted to have some conflict in this episode, he would have insisted on going with him, or something like that. Like, I don't know. It just magically works. The plan magically works. But apparently not. I mean, he apparently reported him or something, because Silas gets caught at the end. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert, guys! He gets caught at the end. Surprise, surprise, surprise to no one. And then the scene here, and then she has a monologue, dude. We love monologues, right, guys? But she has a monologue about her childhood, and it's I'm snoozing. Okay, I don't care. And then she doesn't confront her about anything, and then she throws away in a throwaway line of dialogue, "Oh, bye, I'm leaving, see you later, bye, bye," and then that's it, and then they're talking about the fucking plan, and it's like, yeah, we're talking about doing stuff, 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 talking about doing stuff. It's the whole episode. We're talking about doing things. And it feels like the tension's building up. The music is good. Again, I said before, the score is good in the show, and it is. And the tension in the music is building up, and we're building all this momentum. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Nope. Nothing happens, dude. We talk about the plan, and then it doesn't even happen. I like this Fibonacci sequence thing on the wall in the background. It's another positive. And I like this decor and stuff. It looks cool. You know, it's a nice set. But nothing happens. You know, nothing happens. That's where we're at. We're at the point where I'm so bored with what's going on. I'm looking at like the house decorations. And then we get this fucking scene where, again, we set up this conflict that she lied to him and it's actually her mother that has the CRM supplies. It turns out they're not stolen, and they have this side deal with the CRM, and it's like, I don't get why that's a conflict. She's like, oh, people have different ideas about running the place, and they would use it against her if they knew she had this deal on the side. And it's like, would they want her to die? They wouldn't want the leader of the community to die, right? I mean, they why would they be against her getting extra medical supplies? That conflict makes no sense to me. It's a stupid secret. I don't know why she lied to him in the first place. And there's no point to it story-wise because there's no conflict there because Eldon just takes it in stride. He's not like, whoa, you lied to me. And even if he did, it wouldn't make sense. So again, there's no point to that. It was a pointless thing. Her character is pointless. This whole extra community is pointless. It achieves nothing in the storyline. And again, we wasted a whole 5 episodes on essentially nothing. We're like, we've gotten nowhere. Story-wise, we're at the same place we were end of last season. Like, it's really, I don't know what's been achieved on the show. The show is pointless. That's where I'm at with it. And then he's like, they're holding hands. But he doesn't make a move, bro. He's saying goodbye. He doesn't kiss her goodbye, bro. You fucked up. You had one chance and you messed up, dude. She initiated contact with you and he didn't make a move. You done fucked up, dude. That's all I gotta say. Okay, and then we're at the place and Silas is there. And then Huck pulls the father aside and shows him the thing, the evidence that they faked the Walker horde and all that. And that's all good. That's actually a good conflict we're setting up. They have evidence now, and it's like, the story would have been helped so much if they had that evidence earlier. And this whole show could have been like a movie. We could have just done this in a 2-hour movie. All of season 1 and season 2 could have been a 2-hour movie, and it would have been a lot better. It still wouldn't have been very good, but it would have been something. And then we get Silas waiting at 2 o'clock. And then, this is the preview for next week. He's there at 2 o'clock, and then the guards come out, and that's it. So it's a nothing scene. We've been building to this whole thing, and then it's just an anticlimax, basically. And it's a cheap cliffhanger yet again. We got another cheap cliffhanger just as the episode's getting interesting. It's over. And that's it. And I hate it. This show is so pointless, dude. It's driving me nuts. And then we get that post-credit scene we already talked about. So that's it. That's the review. And I don't really have anything else to say. The show's pointless. Very disappointing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment, like I said. I don't have anything else to say. The show, disappointing. The franchise is disappointing. And yeah, I don't know how long I can keep going with it. I'm determined to finish season 11, but I don't know if I'm going to continue on with these spin-offs, man. It's killing me slowly, as I said last week. Or was that Friday, actually? But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Give me a like if you like this video. Leave me a comment down below if you agree with my review. If you disagree, also, would like to hear from you. And yeah, if you leave me hate comments, that's okay too. But anyways, guys, appreciate you guys watching, taking the time out of your day to check this out. Subscribe for more videos. We'll be back again with more videos tomorrow. We're doing daily videos right now, so hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.